I want to talk today about the use of tablet computing in the classroom. Okay? By a show of hands, how many of you could do without your cell phone for an hour? Okay, I can, 2 hands, I could do without it. Oh, wow, so you guys are already gone. Okay, so I was going to say 2 hours a day, and I could do without it for a day. Yeah, me and Keith.
A weekend, maybe, probably.
A weekend, happily, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how many people could do without the internet for a day? Sometimes you will raise your hand. I'll see, yeah, Keith will toss up the hand, and I'll toss up the hand when I used to use a Nokia when I was in China. Nowadays,
I can't do mine too,
right? Do you ever find yourself waking up to your digital interface? Especially when you're staying in a hotel, rolling over, and and I justify this to myself, I'm rolling over to turn off my alarm. While I was there, I had that important email too. Check the weather. Wonder how my stocks are doing. You guys find yourself doing that? Checking your financial portfolio before you've gone to the bathroom? Maybe? Well, at least nobody's opening up a Clash of Clans, right? Hopefully, or Angry Birds. But we do that. Now, our students are something like that, only more dependent. Can I have my... Okay, good, excellent, excellent. I love you. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the digital natives, okay? And these are our students. These are all the students that we teach nowadays, unless you teach at a higher professional level, okay? And then we'll try some apps. And then I'll finish up with just a minute or two about the future. Okay? This is Sammy. Sammy is one of my students at HIWPT, the Higher Institute for Water and Power Technology. Sammy was born in 1994. And Sammy doesn't remember a time before the internet, computers, and digital devices. Sammy thinks, I love this thing. Sammy thinks about his mobile as though it's a part of his body. And you can question him. Yeah, that sounds a little kooky. Ahmad here is a child of the digital age, a digital native. They think of it as a part of their body. And as I said before, they think of the internet as an extension of their brain. It's not a tool like teachers think of it. We think of it as a tool. It's a digital library, a superhighway of information. It's like PowerPoint. We can create stuff. What I'm doing here, we can do presentations with it. He doesn't think of it that way. It's his link out into the world, and a link back into his brain, and his connectivity to all those others of his digital generation. He shares his thoughts and dreams and experience of existence. His digital generation. A digital generation, let's see, oops, go back. A digital generation right here, and right here, they think that they're much smarter than the teacher, right? And imagine you're Sammy, little sweet Sammy, right? Sammy comes into your classroom, the first thing you do is say, and we do this, and I did it, and so we do this. Turn off your cell phone, put it in your pocket, and just forget about it. Just turn off that. So your hand, tie it behind your back. And while you're doing that, take away that section of your brain that you're sharing your information with and your connectivity. Become isolated, in effect, in my classroom. Become isolated. They're not used to that. They don't know what isolation is, okay? They're connected, sort of the Borg from Star Trek, if you remember. They're connected. I think they're growing that way, too. And they believe that they're smarter than us. And you know what? They probably are, okay? As we know, the running joke is, I get new technology. Now, I'm not saying that they have more wisdom, nor do they have more knowledge. I believe that we have that. But as far as little whippersnappers that can get through a brand new Xperia, it took me a month to get this thing running, really, to really understand my new Xperia, okay? They can get through that stuff. They're intimate with it. They know how to do it. Okay, let's go back to on our side. By a show of hands, how many people have a difficulty getting their students to focus in class? How many teachers have problems getting students to focus? Okay, 2 hands, definitely. I mean, does anyone have students that focus all the time and just wonderful little butterflies and
Surprisingly.
It's amazing.
I know.
I'm just joking. Are you accepting applications? Because teachers want students that focus, right? Okay, so Are they not able to focus? Do they not have attention spans? Maybe you've seen Candy Crush pop up on your digital interfaces. Maybe your own digital interface. I know you've seen the next one. Focus that. Focus that for like 12 hours. I have got students that have corroborated 12 hours of only drinking like this lemon soda and Pepsi and maybe some Cheetos. We call that something different in the States. But they are doing this stuff for 12 hours. And they're creating like, you know, avatars and other ones, the World of Warcraft. They are spending a lot of time. Don't tell me they can't focus, right? Angry Birds. I don't know if it's the #1 app of all time, but these things make millions of dollars a day. This is what Edward Castronova, an economist at the Indiana University, has called a digital migration. And in his book, Exodus to the Virtual Worlds, he cites this trend is not a phenomenon that's going to slow down. It's organic, it's viral, it's speeding up with asymptotic intensity. Right now we've got 1.5 billion people online, the average of which are gaming 10 hours a day. And the average age of that human is in their mid-30s. And that's just going to, which is weird, because I'm in my, well, not mid-30s anymore. But this is not a trend that's going to go away. I do talk to teachers and they'll say, oh, I got to get my students to focus. You know, this is a trend that's going to go back to, it's not going to go back to anything. Well, coffee house talk, it's going forward. And they estimate that by the year 2017, 2020, that 3 billion people will be online. This is only going to increase. Now, let me go back. Is it a competition? Are we going to compete with this? You know, and I started out this presentation, and I did it for a couple of people, and I used the word compete. If we're to compete with the digital migration, you know, the exodus to virtual worlds, well, one of my audience said, you can't use the word compete, we've got to embrace it. So we're not going to compete. We're not going to win, even if we try to compete. We must embrace it. What we have to do, what we would like to do, what I think would serve us better than to try to compete with it, is to embrace it and put our curriculum, our lectures, we can put videos on like Salman Khan with the Khan Academy, put that curriculum on a platform that students know and love, and that will catch their attention, and they will love their attention. Shameless plug, I've got a team of Korean and American developers working on a game with every bit as much addictiveness as Clash of Clans, but with an industrial and educational element. What if they're doing English exercises for 12 hours a night? I don't care if they sleep in class at that point. If they're doing English exercises, because when they use this, it's in English. Okay? So I've chosen about 4 or 5 that we can go through, time allowing. Bluetooth, you guys recognize this, hopefully recognize this widget. But Bluetooth is kind of ancient technology, right? Everyone had headphones in, 2002, okay? Bluetooth, I use this as a communicative function, something like reserving a hotel room. But what we're doing is we're making a digital bonding with the students, and we'll walk through that. Have we got the women online yet?
Yeah, they can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Just get closer.
So how will I know if they can hear me? Hello, ladies?
Yeah. The sound is good, right?
Okay. Okay, so the 5 apps that I've chosen to work with are a Bluetooth, which is actually not an app, but you can use an app that's a shortcut to it on your tablets. And I've preloaded that on your technology. The ladies have the Xperia Z2 and your iPad over there, and the MS1, the mini, I think it's called a Primo. Okay? And then over here we've got a mini pad, and we've got a Lenovo tablet, and also a Toshiba, and those are all preloaded. This is a digital bonding device, a communicative function that you set up a bonding with your students on. And I'll go through that. Next we'll move into Google Keep. This is a digital photo journal, something that can record your notes in class. They don't know what a pencil is, right? Students don't know what a pencil is. They don't even bring pens to my class. I go, where's your pen? Teacher, why pen? I'm like, well, okay, it's a virtual world, e-office, e-classroom, okay? We can take notes online. And that's, you know, see Google. Google's selling it that way, and Google knows everything. Sheikh Google in Saudi Arabia. We have another way that we say it that I won't say here. Sheikh Google. So, yeah. And you don't need to record that part because they're recording, I'm sure. Merriam-Webster has a digital lexicon, and it's an app, and it can be used offline, so they don't have any excuse for not using this one. And it's got a voice-to-text recognition that makes for a really dynamic and playful digital pronunciation drilling game. And I'll show you a video of that. It's just a blast. The kids get laughing, and in 5 minutes you got the enthusiasm back. If time allowing, we'll move into something called a website builder. You can build a website with the ease of a PowerPoint in 5 minutes with a free app. Oh, I sound like a salesman. Yeah. But you can do it, and I've done this, okay? And I'll walk you guys through that, show you some examples of what, again, plumbers and electricians and engineers are building out in the desert. These guys, you know. And then, if we have time, we'll move through Socrative, which is an online digital quizzing device or survey device, and you get instant feedback. You can see them taking the test on your tablet. They can see the correct answer, the wrong answer immediately as they take the test, and we'll walk through that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the Bluetooth, okay? So, let's see, gentlemen and ladies. Okay, so can we cast? Outstanding.
Maybe we can move the desk forward.
Oh, is that okay. There we are. Okay.
Let's go to Bluetooth.
Okay, yeah, if you click on the Bluetooth icon down here on the bottom left, okay, that'll open up your Bluetooth settings. And this is what I do at the beginning of every semester. I want the students to name their device, preferably with their name, but Superman or Batman or Cheetah or Ninja sometimes. In China it was Apple and Peach and some strange things. Here, okay. And so if you want to name your device, I've named all the devices you have, but if you go to the top right-hand side as you're looking at it, there's 3 boxes that are stacked. For those that have the Apple, if you go to the gear down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a gear app or a gear widget. And if you click that open, can you walk me through that with the Apple? Oh, no, let's see, who has the Apple? These gentlemen have the Apple. And ladies, Johar assured me that you guys were complete professionals over there with the apps and with the tablets, so I won't worry about you. If you have questions, shoot them over. I'm not sure how we get that. Okay. So, where are we? We're not coming up yet? Okay. Come on. Can you tell me what's going on here? Got it up here? Okay. At any rate, so if you click on the top right hand, and those 3 drop down, that drop down menu that is represented by, okay. Okay, and you can see rename tablet. Okay, so mine's named Ryan Nexus. I won't be able to, of course, bond with the ladies over on the other side because they're too far away for the Bluetooth technology to take effect. Okay, so rename the tablet, or you can just leave it the name that you've got it. Okay, I'm not going to rename mine. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make myself visible on your device. So if you click, can you, do I click here? No, it's gone. Okay. Let me pop it up.
Cancel?
Yeah. So you would cancel to get out of that. Well, it's a small classroom. I anticipated speaking to 1,000 people, so this is okay. Okay? If you guys can follow me on this, we don't need that. Why don't you go ahead and close that off? No, take that off. Okay. So, see, I told you Google's watching. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So I say only make myself visible. Okay, if you guys can see that there. Maybe try it again, start it over, see if we get it one more shot. And then on the top left, if you select search for devices, have you guys got yours?
Still searching.
is it searching for devices. So, oh, I had one that popped up, let's see. Okay, search for devices, and I'll scroll down on mine. So I've got Constantine's iPad, as you can see, and they like it. It's fun to watch them. I didn't take a video of this because I didn't want too many videos. But they'll say, "Teacher, I see you." Okay, and if you can see, I've got Constantine's pad down there. It's the fourth up from the bottom. Okay, and they like that. They're like, "Wow, we're digitally bonded." Yeah. Okay. So for some reason, humans are more interesting over a digital interface, right? If you've been sitting at the table and the three guys that are sitting across from you are not talking to you, but they are talking to someone only over their iPhone or their smartphone, right? Talking to somebody in Germany and Japan. Why aren't I'm right here? For some reason, digital interfaces make humans more interesting. Okay, so I'll click on that. And then Constantine, I'm not sure the Apple to tablet connection. So I get this message. It says couldn't connect. Well, let's try these gentlemen. Oh, they also have. Hey, the Xperia 2. Let's see. Maybe it's close enough. Z2. Did you try opening it up again? So I don't think that Android and Apple are friends.
Okay, well, I lied.
Steve Jobs' ghost has come back to, and he's rolling over and he's not going to let it go. He can look at the idea with the Bluetooth, and I don't want to belabor the point, but the idea with the Bluetooth is more it's a communicative function. I'm walking them through this. Do you see me? And you can do this even with beginners. Rename, put your name in. It's a good association and language memory device too. I'm learning their names. We're walking around the classroom. I'm showing that I understand technology. And they like that. Give those things a shot. They really like technology. They're cuckoo. They're bananas about technology. Okay, so let's go back out. One of the things that you can do with that Bluetooth technology is you can send small files. You can send a little audio. Sometimes you can send apps. It depends on your bandwidth and those sorts of internet psychobabble that I don't really understand. But you can send things. And one thing that you can send is notes that they missed the day before in class. Okay? So say they missed some of the notes the day before, and I want to send, and when I do that digital bonding, I have all the students bond with each other too. So if a student misses, they can simply click on a note, and as they open up the note, okay, they can go over here. If you go to your top right-hand corner, you'll see the Bluetooth, and they'll click on the Bluetooth, and then it'll go to their list of paired devices. And then you just click on one and you send it out. And you've sent them the notes from the day before. Now generally when I have them take a Google Keep entry, I have them put in, you can see it, technology. You can see it there. I'll usually put in like the class and the class number, the date, and have them put a little notes. Thank you. Okay. But it's not right now. There's other things you can share. It's a connectivity that's going to always be there. They're taking notes that are not going to get thrown away at the end of the semester. Although interestingly, one of my students who was super internet savvy, I have him in the same course or the next course up that I had him in last term, and I said, I'm like, you still have Google Keep, right? Because I had some new students. He's like, yeah, I did. I just deleted everything we had. I'm like, it's in cyberspace. It's at Google. It's not taking up any space, but he'd actually deleted. I mean, you can see that this thing goes back, for me, in my Google Keep, it just goes back and back and back, and I've got them color-coded ad infinitum. He had gone through and deleted them all. He deleted all of his notes. That's beyond me, why they would delete all that. Okay, so, and we can walk more through that, okay? Let's move on, though. Merriam-Webster, it's a well-recognized name in America, in American lexicons. This is your digital lexicon. I've discovered that a lot of these young Arab men, they don't know how to use a dictionary. But would they? I don't know. I mean, but a digital dictionary is far more fun, and